Welcome back to Math is Easy Step by Step. So this is part 7 video where we left off. This will be the final video. This was a monster of a problem if you didn't know these particular skills that we've been going over. Oh, we got some shaking off. Sorry about that. I apologize. So I wanted to make sure I covered a lot of the things that you needed to know in order to answer this particular type of question. And I didn't want to go through very fast. I wanted to take my time and go slow. So we're here at the last video. We want to simplify the expression. This is the fourth step in answering this particular problem. We have our ratio, you can see here. 5.0 times 10 to the negative 2 value represents the microscope in meters and in scientific notation. Divided by, every fraction is a division problem, divided by 3.5 or 3 5/10 times 10 to the negative 5, representing the diameter of the doggy hairs, right? We must simplify this ratio in order to answer the question. And so I'm going to take this one at a time. I'm going to take 5.0 divided by 3.5. I'm going to get a value. And then I'm going to take the exponential values and simplify. Now try to remember, when we have the base is the same, in this case 10, and you're dividing with exponents, the rule is you subtract these exponential values. So it's going to be negative 2 minus a negative 5. Okay, and I'll show you in a moment what that turns into, and then we'll have our final answer. So thank you for being patient with me. I really wanted to try to break this down for people who wanted to understand how to answer this type of question. Even for folks who really have strong math skills, this would be a difficult question to answer. So first, again, I want to simplify the decimal values on the left-hand side, and I will use a calculator for that. If not, then you'd have to manually do it, which is absolutely possible. Again, remember, in the beginning, in video 1 of the question, it says round to the nearest tenths place. So if you had to do this manually, 5.0 divided by 3.5, you move each of the decimals to the right, and you'd have to simplify and round up to the tenths place. But I got a calculator. There's no doubt for this problem, and so I'm going to punch in 5.0 divided by 3.5 equals 1.428571428.6. Say that fast 5 times. 1.428571428.6. I can only do it twice. All right, so I'm done there. Remember, we want to round up, and this value represents the ratio between these two values, 5.0 divided by 3.5. And I want to round up to the tenths place, just like the question asks me to for the answer. Gee, save that 10 times fast. All right, so I got 1.4. The number to the right of 4 is not 5 or larger. So I can round this, turn that 2 into a 0, and I'll write it 1.4 times 10 to the, well, let's figure that out. So again, just doing this step by step, little piece after little piece, right? Remember, round up to the tenths place. That was part of the requirements for answering this question. Okay, second, let's simplify the exponents. And the rule is when you divide, as I mentioned earlier, and the base is the same, you subtract the exponents. So I wanted to show you this here. I kind of talked about it, but it's better, of course, to see it. Negative 2 minus negative 5. Remember, the base is 10. The base stays the same. So we're going to distribute or multiply. This is really a negative invisible 1. And again, if you haven't seen my videos on invisible 1, it clarifies and eliminates a lot of the confusion associated with mathematics. So please, check out my video on invisible ones. Check out my video on exponents. It will help you dramatically understand things that may have been confusing before. All right, so this is really a negative invisible 1. And anything outside parentheses means to multiply. So we're going to distribute or multiply. -1 times a -5 is a +5. -2 plus 5. Hey, I got $5. You borrowed $2. How much do I have left in my pocket? +$3, right? So when I simplify 10 to the -2 power divided by 10 to the -5 power, I get 10 to the +3 power. So I'm going to put these two together. 1.4, I can include the 0. I cannot include the 0. It's been rounded up to the tens place. 1.40 times 10 to the +3. In order to answer this particular question, which was a monster of a question in my opinion. Monster of a question in my opinion. My goodness. Ooh. I think I popped a brain bubble trying to answer this question. This was a tough one. Woo! All right, so the third part is, again, you want to put both of these together. 1.40 times 10 to the third power. The answer is C. We have it right here, 1.40 times 10 to the third power. It has been rounded up to the tens place, which was part of it. Why do we not choose option D? Why would that not be a choice? Let me grab the original problem here and let's take a quick look at that. Why would you not want to answer problem D? Well, we talked about in our test taking strategy. Problem D here is showing the hundredths place value with the 3. Okay, and if it was going to be rounded, it would have just 1.4 or 1.40, right? And so we would not choose this option. We eliminated D. We eliminated B at the beginning using our test taking strategy. So I just wanted to kind of go over that again. It's been a little while. 7 videos and a brain blister popping after this one. My goodness, this was a tough problem, but you can absolutely do it. There's just a bunch of stuff you need to know, and I don't skip steps, so I wanted to really kind of go over step by step how to answer this question. I hope this helped you out. Math is easy. Take it step by step. Thank you for joining me. Please like, follow, and share these videos. Thank you for joining me.